Yes. So now, once you find out you have been worshiping these idols, these stars, these hosts of heaven.
Yes.
This is what you need to do. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 1. Now, there's a commandment from the Most High. Let's see if you do it. Now, he's talking. The Most High is talking. Okay? Don't turn your head from these scriptures.
Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 1. Thou shalt not sacrifice unto the Lord thy God any bullock or sheep wherein is blemish or any unfavoredness, for that is an abomination unto the Lord thy God.
What is a sheep?
That's a follow.
Follow. Let's prove that point. Go to Psalms 100, verse 3.
Psalms chapter 100 and verse 3. Know ye that the Lord, he is God. It is he that hath made us, and not we ourselves. We are his people, and the sheep of his pasture.
So we can go back to Deuteronomy chapter 7.
That's a follow.
That's a follow.
Yeah.
That's a follow. Go.
Yes.
Then it's out the Bible. We're not getting no dictionary. We ain't picking up nobody else's book. We ain't went nowhere else. We still reading out the King James Bible. The Apocrypha. That's what in the Apocrypha. 6 books plus the Apocrypha.
That's it.
So we'll go back to Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 2.
Verse 2. Deuteronomy 17, verse 2. If there be found among you within any of thy gates, which the Lord thy God giveth thee, man or woman, that hath wrought wickedness in the sight of the Lord thy God, in transgressing his covenant, and hath gone and served other gods, and worship them, either the sun or moon,
the sun, which is
wisdom,
knowledge, read,
or moon,
understanding,
or any of the hosts of heaven.
Any one of those people been elevated, your leadership, read,
which I have not commanded.
Most High told you don't do that. Read.
And it be told thee, and thou hast heard of it.
Oh, it's true, because I told him. I told the Most High. Elder Stephen has to. Read.
Yes. And inquire diligently, and behold, it be true.
No, it is. We were there. Read.
And the thing certain that such abomination is wrought in Israel.
Read.
Then shalt thou bring forth that man or that woman which have committed that wicked thing.
Now go to, let's stop right there at verse 5. Verse 5, because we're going to get 2 more precepts for that. Jeremiah 6:2. Then shalt thou bring forth that man. Let's see who that man or that woman is. Not only singular, it's plural also. See, the Most High don't play. You remember, we always said you got to get all the meat out the bone. Y'all remember that, don't you? So we get all the meat out the bone right here.
Jeremiah chapter 6 and verse 2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman.
So, you can stop right there. So that woman, he don't care if all y'all did it. He'll get rid of all of it, the whole nation.
That's right.
15. Go to Numbers chapter 14 and 15.
Numbers chapter 14 and verse 15. Now, if thou shalt kill all this people as one man,
he'll kill all of you. If you worship that sun, that star, and that moon, all that host of heaven, he'll kill all of you. We'll bring it up right after this. Read.
Then the nations which have heard the fame of thee shall speak, saying, because the Lord was not able to bring this people into the land which he sware unto them, therefore he hath slain them in the wilderness.
You think I'm kidding with this? That's why we cry loud to you. Go to Exodus chapter 23 and 7. He'll kill all of you. Most I ain't playing with this.
Exodus chapter 23, verse 7. Keep thee far from a false matter, and the innocent and righteous slay thou not, for I will not justify the wicked. Thou shalt take no gift, for the gift blindeth the wise, and perverteth the words of the righteous.
Come up to 2.
Verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment.
Remember, he gonna kill 2/3 of his own people.
That's right.
Most I ain't playing. So when you go back to Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 5, remember we talked about we were the witnesses. We were the witness. Read that again, Elder.
Then shalt thou bring forth that man,
that
or
nation,
that woman,
that nation,
which have committed that wicked thing unto thy gates, even that man or that woman, and shall stone them with stones till they die.
Verse 6.
Verse 6. At the mouth of 2 witnesses.
2 witnesses. Read.
Or 3 witnesses, shall he that is worthy of death be put to death. But at the mouth of 1 witness shall he not be put to death.
Now remember the Most High, he killed everyone went out that day to war. He preserved Caleb and Joshua. He will do it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're saying, but whenever this thing say, verse 5, that then shall thou bring that man and or that woman which have committed that wicked thing unto the gates. Who are the gates?
The elders.
The elders are the gates.
Not the carnal thinking elders.
Right.
They cannot judge.
Right.
You have to do it spiritually. We're gonna break it down. Just prove our point.
It says, even that man or that woman, and shall stone them with stones till they die. So it's saying we supposed to get them a brick shower.
Oh, I wish we could, but we can't.
Oh, that don't mean that.
No, not with a cinder block. I mean, sometimes, hey, once you find out you have been worshiping, you want to pick up a cinder block, but we can't do that.
Oh, so it means something else.
Yeah, it's spiritual now.
So don't go and take no brick and throw it at your brother.
Don't do that.
It ain't talking about that.
Yeah, they ain't talking about that.
Okay?
Don't do that.
We are not carnal. Being that y'all carnal, somebody can sit there and say, I don't like the way they bringing that out.
Yeah.
Hey, you, dummy. You only a soldier or a brother over here. Or you just a choir boy. I need you. The Most High told me that person there is wicked. I need you to go and kill him in the name of the Lord.
But some of them
stoning with stones don't mean that.
Yeah,
it ain't talk. How the Most High gonna tell you don't kill somebody and then you go and kill somebody?
Yeah.
It don't mean that.
It don't mean that.
You got to understand what it means spiritually.
Don't try to do that. This is how you do it. Now go to Exodus chapter 31 and 18.
Okay.
Because Elder brought out this, but the scripture's gonna clarify even in depth more.
Exodus chapter 31 verse 18. And he gave unto Moses when he had made an end of communing with him upon Mount Zion 2 tables of testimony, tables of stone written with the finger of God.
So he gonna stone. You're supposed to stone them with the commandments of God. That's
right.
No center block. Now you may want to pick up a center block once you find out, but don't do that. Because if you think carnally, you would do that. So we think spiritual, so we don't sin.
Right.
You see, now.
So it's saying, bring them people to the elders.
Spiritual people, the people that understand the spiritual law. Not carnal law. That's done away with.
Bring them to the elders so the elders can correct them with the spiritual law.
Oh,
because that carnal law is done away with. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It makes sense to me.
Yes. Go to Ecclesiastes 3 and 5. So we're supposed to stone him. You're supposed to stone him with the commandments of God.
Mm-hmm. You said Ecclesiastes 3 and 5?
Yes, sir.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 5.
Uh-huh.
A time to cast away stones.
Friends.
And a time to gather stones together.
To get friends together.
A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing.
So it's stones, you're not going to be out there gathering up those sticks on the road. You're talking about people.
Yes.
Stones.
Yes.
Stop thinking simple. Stop thinking carnal.
Yes.
Stones, like Christ said, the Most High can raise up these stones to worship Him.
Yes.
These men, He said, I can raise these stones up. The Most High can raise up stones to worship Him.
Yes.
He's talking about men.
Men and the law.
Yes.
He's telling you.
Commandments of God.
Come on, man.
Yes.
Y'all. I mean, and maybe we wrong in the fact that because we've been studying it, and now, like I said, whenever that scripture said, He gonna put it in your mind. Boom, 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 boom. Soon as you see it, you're like, nah, nah, Most High, you ain't tricking me. I see what that say. A stone is a man or it's the law. I ain't going to jail.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it actually turns into a game. The way you sitting there, you like, whoa. I see what that says. Nobody else knows what that's saying. You start reading the Bible and you start understanding that, man, that thing's saying something totally different than what I understood it.
Yes.
It's amazing, and like I said, it will increase your faith.
Yes, it
will.
Your
faith gets increased.
It's not as hard as you think. It's not as hard.
No.
Dive into this Bible. The Most High said, "Eat it up.
Eat it up.
Eat it up." But go Luke 3 and 8, Elder. To prove that point, when we mentioned about Christ saying about the stones and everything, but about. Let's see what he's saying about Luke chapter 3 and verse 8.
Luke chapter 3 and verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
Bring forth therefore fruits worthy of repentance.
That's what we're trying to do. Mm-hmm. Read.
And begin not to say within yourselves, we have Abraham to our father. Mm-hmm. For I say unto you that God is able of these stones to raise up children unto Abraham.
You see that? So stones can be men, followers.
Yes.
Followers. So that's the point that we was making.
Absolutely.
So
now, Elder.
Yes, sir.
So let's just go through a process of what we've learned.
Yes.
So, stargazers are people who are fascinated.
Yes.
Captivated by stars.
Yes.
We explain where the scriptures say, do not worship the sun, the moon, or the stars.
Yes.
Which the Most High calls the hosts of heaven.
Yes.
We explain that the sun is knowledge and wisdom. We explain that the moon is understanding.
Yes.
We explain that stars are men.
Yes.
So, if you see a star, which is a man, who you perceive to have knowledge and wisdom, the sun, or understanding,
yes,
the moon, and you are captivated with him, and he is elevated in the host of heaven. That means somebody who's in leadership over you.
Yes.
Whether it be a pastor, a preacher, a reverend, bishop, deacon.
Yes.
Whatever.
Oh, you idolize them. You're supposed to idolize no one but the Most High.
That's right.
Matthew 5:48, he said, Christ said, no, only one good.
Right.
Him.
That's right. That's
Most
right.
High.
That's right. Because the Most High said he's jealous.
Very jealous.
He's jealous.
Extremely jealous.
So if you go and you worship those stars, the Most High is going to destroy you. Because you're no longer in the Most High's house. You're in the house of that star, that leader, that God.
Yes.
That you are serving.
Yes. Elder, you brought this out. Isaiah 47:12. You mentioned this last time.
Let me see here.
Because we forgot to bring this out.
Okay. Isaiah 47:12. Isaiah chapter 47 verse 12.
Read.
Stand now in thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries.
He called some people some sorceries. Read.
Wherein thou hast labored from thy youth.
From thy youth. Read.
If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels.
Congregation.
Let now the astrologers, the stargazers,
people that's fascinated,
the monthly prognosticators,
new moon, gathering of new moon,
stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee.
Read.
Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them.
They sure will.
They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame.
The Bible saying this. Read.
There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored. Even thy merchants.
When it say merchants, when it's currently I know everybody over there selling everything and this and that, but really it's talking about you don't sold your birthright. Hebrews 12:16. For a morsel of meat, a little understanding. That's what it's talking about spiritually. Currently it's saying y'all selling stuff over there and blah blah blah. Read.
From thy youth. And you know merchants is teachers too.
There's teachers. Teachers.
They teachers because they sell goods. They sell victuals. The thing when it's talking about outside of Nehemiah.
Yes.
Yeah, the merchants. They selling victuals.
Y'all hear that?
That mean they teaching.
Y'all hear
victuals is food, meat.
See that?
That's understanding.
Yes.
That's another way of saying understanding. Y'all still don't understand what these words mean, but you're gonna get it.
Yes.
Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored. That's who they laboring with.
That's who they
them people over there. Even thy merchants, them teachers over there, them people who in charge of them. From thy youth they shall wander every one to his quarter. None shall save thee. So he gonna kill them.
He gonna kill them. The Most High will kill the whole nation.
That's right.
We read it.
Because it said that was idolatry was what got Adam and Eve them in trouble in the first place.
Most I ain't playing with this. When that time is up, it's over.
Y'all just don't understand.
Yes.
When it's talking, he's calling y'all, he making fun of them.
Yes.
He calling you stupid. Because you worshiping a man.
Yes.
When that man can't save you. Ezekiel 14:14. He let you know. Right quick. A man can't save you. You got to save yourself. So you continue to follow those men. That's why he's saying whenever the time comes, whenever I put that fire on you,
yes,
go run to him and see whether or not he can stop that fire.
Go to him.
He ain't going to be able to stop it.
Yes.
And there's a certain little tricky thing about that fire.
It sure is.
You gonna tell them about Manasseh?
Yes, we're gonna talk about Manasseh. You want to say that to the next one, or go on now?
We may as well get it out of the way. Because we always give you a little something to let you know we ain't playing games. We ain't up in here juggling.
No, we're not.
We ain't pulling no rabbit out no hat.
No, we're not playing.
We understand what this book is saying.
Yes.
The stuff that we about to tell you, you don't even know about.
Don't know about it.
You don't even know what it means. So let's get it.
Well, in the previous class, as Purple Thorns, I mentioned about breaking down this 2 Chronicles 33 about Manasseh being the king. So we're going to start at 2 Chronicles chapter 33 and verse 1. We're going to jump about, but it's some key words that we're going to speak loud on, and you're going to get it now because you've been listening to this class. So we can start at 1, Elder.
2 Chronicles chapter 33 verse 1. Manasseh was 12 years old.
A boy.
When he began to reign, and he reigned 55 years in Jerusalem.
See, you have to, the Most High is very good at doing things. He let you straight up, this a boy. You can manipulate a boy. See that? Read on.
Verse 2. But did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, like unto the abominations of the heathen, whom the Lord had cast out before the children of Israel.
He started doing the same thing as the heathens were doing, checking them out. What they doing? Read. It is going to explain it. Read.
For he built again the high places which Hezekiah his father had broken down. And he reared up altars to Balaam, and made groves, and worshiped all the host of heaven.
See, those men elevated.
And
all those men served.
So he,
being
a boy, even though he was the king, he was serving those leaders. These was the ones that brought him up. They basically is like giving a kid a .45 automatic, knowing he gonna shoot it. He gonna shoot it.
They manipulated that boy. Same thing was going on that I know about this place.
And worship all the hosts of heaven and serve them.
Read 6.
Verse 6. And he caused his children to pass through the fire.
Remember that word, fire. Read.
In the valley of the son of Hinnom. Also he observed times and used enchantments and used witchcraft and dealt with a familiar spirit and with wizards. He wrought much evil in the sight of the Lord to provoke him to anger.
Go to James 3 and 5 because we mentioned about fire. James 3 and 5.
James chapter 3 verse 5. Even so the tongue is a little member and boasteth great things. Behold how great a matter a little fire kindleth. So the tongue got that fire. The fire is tongue.
The tongue is fire. You mentioned another thing about that kindling. On the Sabbath.
Cause that's talking about the Sabbath.
Kindle the fire on the Sabbath. That talk.
So it ain't talking about cooking. Y'all see, one jot, one tittle.
Spiritual.
He's saying that not one jot or one tittle gonna go from the law. But the jot and tittle means something different. Fire actually is fire in a carnal sense. But fire is words in a spiritual sense. You're not going to be graded on cooking. You're going to be graded on whether or not you cooking up some anger with your brother. That's what you're going to be graded on. Keep following them carnal dudes who don't know nothing. Because Christ told you to listen to the Spirit.
Hey, Elder. Read 3 and 6 again.
Verse 6. And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity.
Read.
So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body.
Congregation. Congregation is a body. Read.
That's the spiritual understanding of what the word body means.
Yes.
Come on, y'all. And setteth on fire the course of nature. And it is set on fire of hell.
The course of nature. Now he mentioned the carnal precept with the spiritual precept, because he don't know what he's saying. He don't know what he's saying.
For every kind of beast.
Beast is a man.
And of birds.
Follow there.
And of serpents.
We know who that is.
Yeah, because he said in Genesis 3, it said the serpent is the subtle beast of the field, isn't it?
Yes.
Y'all don't know what these people are. Y'all don't know who's who. Right. And the things in the sea.
Doctrines. Many doctrines. Read.
Is tamed and have been tamed of mankind. But the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison.
Serpent. Yes. So when we go back to 2 Chronicles chapter 33.
Do you think they're ready for what this thing about to tell them?
Oh, bruh. Oh, man. Hey, they better be ready.
Okay.
Because it's coming.
All right. Verse 6, right? 2 Chronicles 33, verse 6. Listen carefully. And he calls his children. Children as followers, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Followers. Children as followers.
Okay.
His children. Call his children. Children as followers.
Yes. To pass through the fire in the valley of the son of Hinnom.
Now, when he said pass through the fire, he said that you're going to have 7 wives. You're going to live in God's house.
Yes.
A mansion. His mansion. And the house.
I'm working from sun up to sun up.
Sun up to sundown. Peel me a grape.
Peel me a grape.
You can have strength like Superman, Spider-Man climbing up on the wall. That's passing up under fire. Hey, then you're going to live in God's house and you're going to have service.
That's right.
Because if you have a servant, well, who going to be serving God?
It said it.
You're going to be in the land of the Lord.
Yeah.
So you're going to have servant. Who's going to be the servant for the Most High?
It's going to be a party.
But them thorns going to take over.
Bruh.
They going to
at least they think they're going to take over.
Hey, they think they're going to take over.
Because when them folks come up in there, you know, you ever been to somebody's house? You know how mad a person can get if you put your feet on their table.
Bruh, let me tell you something.
Remember?
Yeah.
Korah and Dathan them tried to run Most High's house. What happened to them?
Yeah.
Didn't work out so well.
It sure did.
So, it's saying passing through the fire.
Yes.
It's talking about somebody teaching something.
Yes.
You understand that?
Yes.
It's talking about people teaching them doctrine.
Yes.
That's passing your children through the fire.
Yes.
You listening to that wicked man.
Yes.
That's what that's talking about.
Yes. Drop down to 8.
Verse 8. Neither will I any more remove the foot of Israel from out of the land, which I have appointed for your fathers, so that they will take heed to do all that I have commanded them, according to the whole law and the statutes and the ordinances by the hand of Moses.
He said the whole law. Then he said a lot of people read over that. Go to Romans 8 and 2.
Now you know now, Elder, I hate to correct you now. I'm gonna be respectful about it. But it's my understanding that law of sacrifice is over with. So they got to do that. They say they got all them 5 categories of the law. But the law, anything got to do with sacrifice, that's over with.
That's over with. Let's see if that's true.
Yeah, that's what
the Most High said in Malachi 3 and 6, I change not.
That's right.
Believe it or not, the whole law is here, but it's spiritual.
That's right.
So now you got to do this, get the spiritual understanding of the law. Nothing changed.
Yes.
It's spiritual now. Read that, Al.
Romans chapter 8, verse 2. For the law of the Spirit
it's the law of the Spirit
of life.
That's what the Bible says. I don't care what your bishop said, your deacon said. It said a law of the Spirit.
That means it's a law.
It's a law of the Spirit.
Not one jot, not one tittle. The law's still here.
Yes.
But it's spiritual.
Spiritual.
For the law of the Spirit of life in Christ Jesus have made me free from the law of sin and death.
You see that?
That's the carnal law, ain't it?
I'm trying to tell you. So you got to get this law of the Spirit. Drop down to, you can read 4.
Verse 4. That the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh.
The carnal understanding. We don't walk after the carnal understanding. That's second nature to us. We need to get this spiritual understanding. Read.
But after the Spirit.
Yes.
For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh.
Carnal.
But they that are after the Spirit,
yes,
the things of the Spirit.
We're after the Spirit over here. Read.
For to be carnally minded is death.
What?
Death.
What?
Death.
You're gonna die. Read.
But to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
Read on, Elder.
Because the carnal mind is enmity. Ain't a hatred.
Oh my God.
Because the carnal mind is hatred against God.
Because when you mention carnal things, it brings you, they take you back in the world being carnal all the time. You lust and deceit. When you think carnal, is lust and deceit. When you think spiritual, like we brought up about the brick shower.
Yes.
We can't pick up an actual brick and stone you. So we have to stone you with the commandments of God.
That means it means something else.
Yes.
You misinterpreting what it means.
Yes.
You're going to get somebody hurt or killed.
Yes.
Idiot.
Easily. Read.
Because the carnal mind is enmity against God.
Yes.
For it is not subject to the law of God, neither indeed can be.
You got to get this spiritual understanding.
But look at this here. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please God.
You see that? The carnal understanding.
Right. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit. If so, be that the Spirit of God dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the Spirit of Christ, he is none of his.
You can't get the spiritual understanding.
You can't get the kingdom.
You can't get the kingdom.
Keep following them people.
You can't get
telling you that you got to do all that stuff. Then we use the example.
Yes.
Of the Feast of Unleavened Bread.
Oh man.
Now here it is. The Feast of Unleavened Bread. Every year, they go out there and they start pulling all them leavening agents out of their closet.
Oh my God.
All this stuff out their pantry. They got a vacuum cleaner.
The toaster.
For their car. They dumping the toaster. Some of them just throw the toaster away. They don't want to take the chance.
Hey, that's what I heard a young lady did. Young lady and her husband threw the toaster away. I said, oh my God. I wish I would have brought that toaster over here.
You know I could use a toaster. But they go through all of that because you actually believe that if you don't get that stuff out of your house, the Most High
the carnal building,
you think he gonna cut you off.
That's the house he wanted to get it out of. Your temple.
He want because what Christ say? The leaven of the Pharisees.
Yes.
A little leaven the whole lump. He's talking about their doctrine. Their doctrine is a lie. Okay? He's saying for those 7 days, he wants you to stop ingesting the lies and that doctrine that they're telling you. He's saying Purge that foolishness and that filth that they're telling you out of your temple. This is the pantry he won't clean.
That's
not the pantry at your house. That spiritual pantry, or temple, or house, or mansion, whatever you call it. That's what he wants to purge. All right, y'all got to get it, man. This thing here is telling you something. But we did say something about that because they said that the law of sacrifice over with.
Go to Romans 12:1.
Let's see what you sure?
Oh, absolutely.
I don't want to put you on the pressure. No, you done said a lot over here. You got a big mouth. You sure?
Yes, sir.
And, you know, folks like to shut a person's mouth up who talk a little bit. I'm gonna read it for you.
Yes, sir.
Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God.
Mercy, mercy, mercy me. You gotta have that mercy. Read.
That ye present your bodies a living sacrifice.
That's what you were talking about. Purge out the leaven.
Holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service.
You got to get the only way to do that. You got to kill the old man.
And be not conformed to this world.
Carnal.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Ain't that spiritual?
That's spiritual.
All day, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
Yes.
See that?
Yes. That's so when we go back to 2 Chronicles chapter 33. See, because you got to listen to Purple Thorns. And you'll get a lot of understanding because it's matched up with Purple Thorns. We gave a class about Purple Thorns. So you go 2 Chronicles chapter 33, 9.
Verse 9. So Manasseh made Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem to err and to do worse than the heathen.
The reason why he said do worse than the heathen. No, we got precepts now. You can write us. We'll put the P.O. box number up on the screen and everything. The reason why, because the heathens made statues and everything. And they worship the statues and this and that. Gold calves and all that. Now these fools actually walk. So now it's worse. These people actually walk. Read.
Whom the Lord had destroyed before the children of Israel.
Read verse 10 on down to 11. Read 11 also. And
the Lord spake to Manasseh and to his people, but they would not hearken. Wherefore the Lord brought upon them the captains of the host of the king of Assyria.
This man, look, this Manasseh was so bad shape. Let me tell you something about them thorns, because we about to start reading about that. Those thorns are so powerful that you will fall in love with them. So God had to send the king of Assyria, the captain
of the host of the king of Assyria.
Yes. To, thank you, Elder. To get this boy and read on.
Wherefore the Lord brought upon them the captains of the host of Assyria, of the king of Assyria, which took Manasseh among the thorns.
The thorns are the Pharisees.
Yes.
Read.
And bound him with fetters.
Fetters are chains.
Yes.
This how much this boy was in love with them Pharisees. They dressed in purple. Read.
And carried him to Babylon.
We read it earlier in Baruch.
Yes.
Chapter 6, verse 70, around 73. They're going to be in purple.
Yes.
This boy was so captivated by them thorns that were dressed in purple that God had to send the captain
of the king of Assyria.
Of the king of Assyria. And put him in chains.
Right.
Said, get that fool away from them thorns.
That's how captivated he was to them hosts of heaven.
Yes.
That's how captivated.
Yes, you better.
He was a stargazer.
Yes, he was a stargazer.
He was a stargazer.
All praise to the Most High. Elder, for giving that he was a stargazer. Had to get that fool out of there.
Yes. the boy.
That boy was messed
like
up
I said, man. Like I
he
said,
was messed up with it.
I was doing some research on Isaiah, and the research I found, it is believed that Manasseh killed Isaiah.
Bro.
Killed him.
Bro.
Because them host of heaven probably told him to kill him.
Bruh, Christ never wore purple until they marked him with purple. The crown is thorn. They put thorns on the head, mean the thorns, the Pharisees conquered him. Look at purple thorns. We invite you to look at purple thorns and get some more understanding about them thorns. Because those thorns are always going to be there. Remember Mark chapter 4? When kids go out on the street and start teaching?
Yes.
It's in chapter 4. That thorn's always there.
Yes.
That devil is there.
Yes.
He's there.
Yeah.
So
I think we probably done gave them about as much as they gonna be able to digest this time. Or do you have anything else?
That's it, El.
Okay. Again, we want to thank you for tuning in. Listen, you might want to like, subscribe, and get that notification. Cause this is the thing. We've only scratched the surface of the stuff we understand. We are in the end.
Yes.
We don't have a lot of time to play. I'm old, you old.
Yes.
We ain't got no more running in us. We waiting for this marriage to be transacted.
Yes.
Okay. The Most High, He gave it to all of these young upstarts to go on ahead and get the people ready.
Yes.
Okay. They got distracted by lust for riches and gold and women and all this other stuff that they distracted by.
You gonna take over the world and all this stuff.
Right. Right.
Oh, right.
we want the marriage to come.
Yes.
Because we're tired of this. So the Most High said, like He said He was gonna do, He was gonna give it to the ancients.
Yes.
So that we can go ahead and bring this marriage on.
Let's prove that point, Elder.
Okay.
We're gonna break down we're gonna break down something for you to prove this point that we in the spirit. That this haven't been broke down, and we have several other scriptures we can break down honestly by the Bible. They have not been broke down in over 2,000 years. Okay, Elder. We need to break down something that's spiritual. This thing, like we said before, it hasn't been broke down over 2,000 years. Okay, because there's a lot of confusion going on with this scripture, and people get they've been misinformed about it. So we're gonna break this down to prove our point. What we're talking about, everything is spiritual. Go to Exodus chapter 23 and verse 19.
Okay. Exodus chapter 23 verse 19.
Read.
The first of the first fruits of thy land thou shalt bring into the house of the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not seethe a kid in his mother's milk.
Okay, that right there, I've been told a lot of things about that.
Now this what was told to me about this seething the kid in a mother's milk.
Okay.
There's a couple, 3 different things. Number one is my understanding that the Jewish people believe that this means you can't mix milk and meat. There was a camp that I understand. They believe that this means that you can't eat veal or milk-fed calf. All right, so a calf that's still sucking his mother's teeth, you can't eat him. That's and then there's another understanding that, well, you can't milk the cow and then cook
Yeah, I heard that too.
the kid in the milk, the mother's milk. Well, not cow, but I mean,
the baby.
Whether it be a sheep or a lamb or a ram or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The kid, goat. You know, you can't do it like that.
I like that first one you said though. The milk, you cannot cook the milk. Wait a second, you can't mix the milk
and milk. So if you eat a cheeseburger, you go in the head. You mess around and catch some of that cheeseburger helper. You know that cheeseburger helper pretty good.
Yes, but on the spiritual understanding, I like that because it said what you actually said. Don't mix the carnal with the spiritual. The milk, with the carnal, and the spiritual, which is the meat.
Yes,
I like that.
Yeah,
but it goes over people's head, and they don't understand.
They'll never get it.
They don't understand either. So we're gonna break down Exodus chapter 23 and verse 19.
Okay.
If you read that again, Elder.
Exodus chapter 23, verse 19. The first fruits of thy land thou shalt bring into the house of the Lord. So that's talking about like people who like they hear the word and they convert.
All praise to the Most High God.
Right. Yeah. Got that.
Y'all got that, Dean?
Right.
Okay. You bring them, you convert them and bring them into the house of the Lord.
Yes.
Okay. Not necessarily building.
Right.
But in the house of Most High's entourage.
Yes.
Like Abraham, he had a house. It was his entourage, his folks.
You got three primary houses. And then you're going to find out a little later as the series goes on. The house of Esau. Which is primarily the powers that be. The house of Jacob. The house of Jacob teaches the carnal understanding of the law.
That's it.
The house of Israel is a separate house. Y'all don't quite understand how all of this fits together, but if you continue to tune in, you'll get the understanding. All right. So now, so we said the first fruits, the first of the first fruits of thy land thou shalt bring into the house of the Lord. Okay. Thou shalt not seethe a kid in his mother's milk.
Okay. Oh my God, that's a lot going on over there.
Yeah, that's a whole lot, brother.
Go to 1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 1.
Okay.
Oh my God. Kind of feel sorry for that kid.
Hey man, there's a lot of kids over there. Kids is like children, ain't they?
Yes.
Y'all gonna start figuring it out after a while. But you gotta know what these words mean. 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 1. And I, brethren, could not speak unto you as unto spiritual.
We can't do that because you're not listening. Read.
But as unto carnal, even as unto babes in Christ.
Read.
I fed you with milk.
Now milk is understanding.
Yes.
Understanding.
It's not deep understanding, but it's understanding.
Yes.
The basic, carnal.
Yes. So thou shalt not see the kid in his mother's milk. So we know what milk is.
And not with meat.
Meat is deeper understanding.
For hitherto ye were not able to bear it, neither yet now are ye able.
Well, the Pharisees ain't gonna get it no way. They ain't gonna get it no way.
No, they're gonna be fighting us to the end.
Yeah, bro. Well, the 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. Now you know after the carnal way that they done talk this thing right here, these people gonna lose their mind. They gonna think you're crazy.
But I know who's not gonna think I'm crazy.
Right. Exactly.
But that's gonna be probably the next class we give.
Right. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God.
Christ, God, and man, and the woman. The head of Christ is God. God is Christ's shepherd. Christ is our shepherd. We are Christ's kid.
Wow.
Don't keep us in milk. Don't keep that congregation in milk.
Wow.
Go to Proverbs 1 and 8.
Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 8. My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother.
So the law is the mother also. So you keeping them in milk understanding. What seed mean, El?
Seed means to boil.
You're boiling them. You're cooking their brain, son.
But
they're not getting a deeper understanding.
We just read in James
yeah, that fire.
About fire?
Yes. Oh my God.
So now
spiritual over here.
So now
see that?
When it come down to that fire, that's the tongue.
Is it?
So whenever it says don't seethe a kid in mother's milk, that's a law.
That's a law. That's a law.
It says it's against the law.
Yes, to keep them in the milk.
To teach the carnal law.
Yes.
That's what that just said.
Yes. You got to bring them over to spiritual. How you going to do that? It was never given to you, Pharisees.
Right.
They got to come over to
and that's saying the same thing we just read it in 2 Chronicles 33.
Yes.
Whenever he passed them kids through the fire.
Yes.
Those children through the fire. It's saying the same
thing. Proverbs 6 and 20.
Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
You done gave these people too much. Somebody probably sitting over there shaking.
wait.
Oh, Lord, the man done had a seizure. He's sitting over there like, some thousands of years, folks been debating what that means.
Yes.
We just gave it.
We just gave it to you.
Because the Most High said, speak my words.
Yeah.
The Most High told us to tell you that.
Spirit and in truth.
Leave those carnal wizards alone.
They sorcerers.
Warlocks. They're not helping you.
Yes.
They're pushing you further from
away
the Most High and Christ. Because they don't know nothing.
They don't know. A
lot of them don't even know.
They don't know.
They just trying to make some
That's
money.
all.
So the thing is, what we're basically explaining to you is that everybody has to be re-taught because you don't understand this.
Yes.
But everything we're saying is backed up in the scriptures.
It's back everything.
So listen, we think we've given you a pretty good understanding of what a stargazer is, and we've given you a pretty good understanding that the spiritual law is valid, and that's what we teach. Everybody's going to learn. We don't know everything, but we know enough. And the Most High said, go out there and teach them people. So that's why we're in front of you right now. If you want to learn, join us.
Yes.
Subscribe, like, and get that notification.
Yes.
So that you know whenever a new video coming out.
Yes.
So unless you got anything else to add, Elder,
that's it.
If that's the case, we're gonna bid you shalom.
Shalom.